Hey, GutFoxx here. Today are my initial thoughts and impressions on Madden 16. This is part 1. I believe it's going to be a 2-part series, but I tend to ramble. So I take coach of New England right away. I start off in draft champions here, and you can watch my draft as I go along. That was a pretty poor round there, so I took a fullback, which I barely use. The sponsor today is the California Raisins. Because when you're starving to death and contemplating suicide, you'll need a raisin to keep living. So I've been talking a big game about Madden 16 for quite some time now. A video on the sets, videos on silver players to target, and others. But today is my first footage of the game, so finally I could talk the talk as well as walk the walk. Well, I guess more of push the button forward on a motorized scooter. But anyways, overall, pretty poor draft here. A lot of golds. What am I, the friggin' Browns with the way I'm drafting? And that's my first thought. What is the incentive to stick with this draft? Or what's the penalty for bailing on a poor draft? Wouldn't the wisest investment of time be to quit out during the first game and draft again? Like, I've seen a lot of other people on YouTube here get tons of elites in these drafts and whatnot. Let's go through my offense here. Pretty okay. Arian Foster, Cunningham at quarterback, 1 wide receiver. You got a decent O-line. Those silver O-linemen on the left side both have a heck of a lot of strength, which is going to be very good for the run game. As we move forward to defense here in a couple seconds, Clay Matthews in the middles. I picked Peppers to user in a 6'7 frame, but he's really slow. And, you know, his 83 has a high awareness, so he lost it. But I got Richardson. I moved Hayward into the middle and Dockett out to my left end. But overall, here's the first game I'm playing. He has Ty Law, Earl Thomas, and Whitworth, so not a great team. And as you see, PA Power O are both of our favorite pass plays. I mean, I played 2 games against the CPU at this point. But, I mean, PA Power O does look pretty good this year. It's in a lot of formation. It was basically the poor man's PA end around last year. And now that that's gone, we've got this. And along with that, corner routes tend to feel OP. So I right away get completed against the middle. So yeah, most of the game I'm going to be audibling into corner routes, into those purple things to stop it. Like right here, I audibled into it and Julius Peppers got the nice knockdown. So get used to audibling into the purple routes to stop that corner. And screens are also very good this year, again, through the few games I've played. So keep using those. You know, corner routes, it beats man and cover 3 with the flat route underneath the streak over top. So if you need a third and medium completed, go to those corner routes. I hate to keep hitting them, but they did seem to dominate the gameplay I saw or played. So, and I'm really enjoying Madden 16. The biggest gripe I have, you know, is not being able to play it enough. You know, I'm on the clock. I basically ignored Mutt solos. And for the first while here, I won't be getting into Mutt, just into draft champions. Because, you know, the fun of that thing. And take note on that. So when they call field goal, that doesn't show up as special teams this year. It shows up as field goal. So expect a lot more fakes this year because you won't be able to tell when they're faking and when they're not. I don't know how I feel about that. But where was I? Mutt. I said I won't be getting into Mutt here for the first little bit because, you know, the fun of that game is, you know, putting your team together, looking at the auction house, scheming like that. And I've only got 10 hours, so I'm on the clock with all this gameplay. So I'll probably buy packs, and you'll probably see that next week as I get a little rack there. So I noticed in solos, I did a couple of those before playing this game, the computer throws at you, which is huge and awesome for usering. A big step up from 15 when they avoided you completely, like girls avoided me in high school. The CPU throwing at your user is huge for people looking to improve that aspect of the game in a low-stress environment. As you saw a couple plays ago, breaking tackles for running back seems easier. Gang tackles are really what you need to bring down guys these times. As you see the strength of my silver O-line pushing their guys back. And pro tip on those audibles as Foster breaks tackle there. If your opponent audibles during the play, they are not running a screen. So shut the back screen door on that play because you can't audible on screen plays this year. So as we dive forward for the first down, that's a nice, cool animation. Touchdown there. I could have gone to the flats too. It feels like kick returning will be easier this year. Maybe it's because of the teams I went against, but it felt like guys held their blocks a little bit better on kick returning. So for that note, try and get your backups to be very good against the kickoff, high speed, hit power, stuff like that in Mutt. And I didn't say the rewards for draft champions. You'll get rewarded with 5 draft badges if you go 4-0. If you go 3-0 versus the CPU, you get 1 badge. So playing against the CPU and draft champions is like candy. Sweet, but in the long run, not worth it. So I guess we'll just kind of go through. So I just want to go through a few of the things I saw there. Like that last play had the throw on the run be red. They don't want you to throw on the run, but it's nice. Low curls seem to be back in the game. There's a rack, but I picked up the first down. I don't know if a possession would have been better to go to the ground there. See, these screens are just deadly if you can make a couple moves against them. As you saw earlier, that quarterback dove into the end zone. I'm really digging those inside zones. When the quarterback dove into the end zone, it looked like the animation changed from last year because that was very easy to get to the end zone as a QB jumping over the line. And the opponent here is using his D-line a lot of the plays as my player drops the ball, which is, it'll happen. That was a skinny post. Those are nice. Those are back in the game this year from, those were in run and gun last year. And looks like they spread the wealth. As I get bottled up there and have to kick the field goal. One thing I don't like this year is they don't show you all the stats on players this year. Those draft champions, they only give you a select few, so you can't really see it all. As I kick the football expertly out of bounds, I think I hit it incorrectly in the upswing and it didn't register. Here's a nice user pick. Those things are still in the game. I don't know what to say about it. Some people said it's different. It is definitely different on users than last year. It doesn't seem like they have the same, range of animations. Foster goes plowing forward for the first down. And for those that stuck around to the end of the video as he gets some nice penetration there, always hustle your guys to the line of scrimmage. Because twice I've had the D-line touch my O-line before the play starts. That's a bug, and that's 5 yards. It actually looks worse than last year as we kneel it out and end the game. Thanks for watching. Call to action, and I'll see you tomorrow.